Here's the dirty secret about Japanese versus American outboard engines that dealers absolutely don't want you knowing. Those American Mercury outboards under 30 horsepower, they're made by an underdog in Japan. The same Japanese engineering everyone swears by is literally powering half the Mercury lineup. Meanwhile, you're paying thousands more for a Yamaha badge when the reliability gap from the lesser brands has practically disappeared. The whole Japanese versus American engine debate is way more complicated than the tribal warfare between brand loyalists suggests, and the manufacturing reality we're diving into is going to blow your mind. Let's start with the elephant in the room that makes this whole debate hilariously complicated. When you buy a Mercury outboard under 30 horsepower, you're not buying an American engine. You're buying a Tohatsu engine with Mercury paint and decals. Since 1988, Mercury Marine and Tohatsu Corporation have been running a joint venture called Tohatsu Marine Corporation, cranking out somewhere between 170 to 180,000 engines annually in Japan. These aren't Mercury designs built under license, they're Tohatsu designs, pure Japanese engineering, just wearing Mercury colors. And it gets better. Mercury's 40 to 60 horsepower range, those are built in Suzhou, China, though Mercury does manufacture most components in their Wisconsin facility before shipping them over for final assembly. Only engines 75 horsepower and up are truly built in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, making Mercury the only genuine American outboard manufacturer still standing. Even then, the American part is debatable when you consider global supply chains. This manufacturing reality is fascinating when you really think about it. When someone brags that their Mercury 25 is more American than a Yamaha, they're technically showing off a Japanese engine with American marketing. It's like buying a Toyota Camry built in Kentucky and claiming it's more American than a Ford built in Mexico. The badge doesn't tell the whole story. But manufacturing location is just the beginning. The reliability question is where things get really controversial, and the truth will surprise you. Here's where things get interesting, and where the Japanese reputation really shines. Yamaha outboards are legitimately built like tanks. We're talking about engines that routinely hit 2,000 to 3,000 hours with proper maintenance, and some owners report pushing them well beyond that. The Orange County Sheriff Department in California runs Yamaha F200s on their harbor patrol boats past 10,000 hours because these things spend their entire lives idling around harbors and still refuse to die. Honda takes a similar approach with their legendary 4-stroke technology. These engines are so well built they're almost boring. They just work, day after day, year after year. Suzuki has been quietly making waves with their self-adjusting timing chains that reduce maintenance needs and extend engine life. Unlike Yamaha and Honda engines that need regular valve adjustments, Suzuki engines just keep ticking along without all the fussy maintenance. But here's the controversial part. Mercury's reliability isn't actually worse than the Japanese brands, at least not anymore. The gap has closed dramatically over the past decade. Those Mercury Verado engines in the 250 to 400 horsepower range, they're absolute beasts, and owners are reporting fantastic reliability. Commercial operations are running these engines hard and putting serious hours on them without catastrophic failures. These platforms are genuinely impressive pieces of engineering that can go toe-to-toe with anything Yamaha puts out. The real reliability difference comes down to this. Yamaha has earned their reputation over decades of consistent performance. When you buy a Yamaha, you're buying institutional knowledge and a track record that's bulletproof. Mercury has caught up technologically, but they're still fighting against their own history of quality control issues and part support problems that left owners stranded in the past. Now, reliability matters, but how these engines actually deliver power on the water tells a completely different story about which one's right for you. This is where brand loyalty starts to make sense, because different manufacturers have distinct philosophies about how to deliver power. Yamaha engines are known for smooth, consistent power delivery across the RPM range. That big 4.2-liter V6 engine they run from 200 up to 300 horsepower is an absolute monster that sounds incredible, pulls hard throughout the power band, and delivers impressive fuel efficiency. Suzuki has carved out their own niche with lean burn technology that optimizes the air-to-fuel ratio at cruising speeds, making their engines some of the most fuel-efficient on the market. They've also gotten clever with gear ratios, using lower gearing that produces more torque at lower RPMs. This makes Suzuki engines fantastic for heavy boats and applications where you need pulling power more than top-end speed. Mercury takes a different approach, especially with their performance-oriented engines. The Pro XS line and their new V8 and V10 Verados are designed for maximum top-end performance and acceleration, built to push hard and fast with higher RPM limits and gear ratios optimized for speed. The V8 300, for example, produces insane torque both mid-range and out of the hole, making it a favorite for performance applications. Honda is the quiet one in the bunch. Literally, Honda engines are known for being exceptionally smooth and quiet, but they pay a weight penalty for it. That Honda 225 weighs about 600 pounds, which is substantially heavier than comparable engines from other manufacturers. The extra weight comes from Honda's obsessive engineering and sound dampening materials, but it can be a deal breaker for weight-sensitive applications. Performance specs look great on paper, but the real shocker is what you'll actually pay. The price differences will completely change your decision-making process. Here's where Japanese engines start to lose their luster for a lot of buyers. Yamaha outboards are expensive. Like, really expensive. A Yamaha F300 will run you around $35,000, while a comparable Suzuki DF300 might cost $25,000. That's a $10,000 difference for similar specifications and performance. Mercury typically falls somewhere in the middle, around $31,000 for their 300 horsepower offerings. Suzuki has made a deliberate play for the value market, typically pricing their engines about 10 to 30% cheaper than equivalent Yamaha models. They're not cutting corners on quality to hit these prices, they're using efficient manufacturing and a different marketing approach. Suzuki is fine being the budget Honda of the marine world if it means gaining market share, and it's working. Repower shops in Florida have been pushing Suzuki hard because the combination of price and features is compelling. The maintenance cost equation is equally important. Yamaha engines need service every 100 hours or annually, whichever comes first, and dealer service isn't cheap. A typical 100-hour service on a Yamaha F-150 might run $500 to $800 depending on your location. Suzuki engines have longer intervals between scheduled maintenance according to BoatTest.com research, which means fewer trips to the dealer and lower long-term costs. Mercury's maintenance costs depend heavily on which engine you're running. Those smaller Mercury engines that are actually Tohatsu units benefit from Tohatsu's legendary reliability and straightforward maintenance schedules. The bigger Verado engines have more complex systems that can get expensive to service, but Mercury's extensive dealer network means parts availability is generally excellent. But knowing the cost is meaningless if you can't get parts or service. The dealer network reality might be the most important factor nobody considers. This is where Mercury's American heritage actually becomes a significant advantage. Mercury has the most extensive dealer network in North America by a wide margin. You can find Mercury dealers in tiny towns across the country, and parts availability is excellent. When something breaks on a Mercury at midnight before your fishing tournament, there's a decent chance you can find what you need locally or get it overnighted. Yamaha also has a strong dealer network, built over decades of market presence. You're generally not far from a Yamaha dealer in most boating areas, and their parts distribution is solid. Yamaha's reputation means dealers want to carry their products, which creates a self-reinforcing cycle of availability and support. Suzuki and Honda have smaller dealer networks, which can be a problem in more remote areas. If you're boating in a major market like Florida, California, or the Great Lakes region, you'll have plenty of Suzuki and Honda dealers to choose from. But if you're in rural areas or less populated boating regions, you might be driving hours to find a dealer who can work on your engine. This is a real consideration that goes beyond brand loyalty or performance specs. The parts availability issue extends to the aftermarket too. Mercury and Yamaha have huge aftermarket support, with companies making everything from performance modifications to specialized gauges and control systems. Suzuki and Honda have less aftermarket support, though this is improving as their market share grows. Dealer networks are crucial, but the technology war is where brands are spending billions to separate themselves. This is where it gets really interesting. Modern outboards are absolutely packed with technology that would have seemed like science fiction 20 years ago. Yamaha's Helm Master system is genuinely impressive, offering joystick control, automated docking, and integration with advanced display systems. The learning curve is steep and the price tag is brutal, but the capability is undeniable for people who want the absolute latest technology. Mercury's digital systems are equally advanced, particularly in their Verado line. The joystick piloting works fantastically well, and the integration between multiple engines is seamless. Mercury was first to market with a V12 600 power outboard, pushing boundaries that seemed impossible just a few years ago. Their SmartCraft digital systems provide granular control and monitoring that appeals to tech-savvy boaters. Suzuki has taken a different approach, focusing on practical technology that solves real problems without unnecessary complexity. Their keyless start system works great, their fuel injection is rock-solid reliable, and their drive-by-wire controls are smooth and intuitive. They're not trying to dazzle you with features you'll never use, they're giving you the technology that actually matters for day-to-day boating. Honda's technology is characteristically conservative, but extremely well executed. Everything works exactly as it should, with typical Honda attention to detail and user experience. The problem is Honda seems content to be a marginal player in the marine market, which means they're not pushing innovation the way Mercury and Yamaha are. Fancy technology is impressive, but fuel efficiency hits your wallet every single trip. The differences here will save or cost you thousands over time. Suzuki absolutely dominates this category with their lean burn technology and clean ocean project initiatives. Their engines consistently deliver the best fuel economy across the board, which can translate to thousands of dollars in savings over the life of the engine if you put serious hours on your boat. The environmental benefits are real too. Suzuki engines meet stringent emission standards while burning less fuel than competitors. Yamaha engines are also quite fuel efficient, though they generally trail Suzuki slightly in this category. The Yamaha 4-stroke engines are clean burning and efficient, with good fuel economy at cruise speeds. They've invested heavily in meeting environmental regulations without sacrificing performance. Mercury has improved their fuel efficiency dramatically with newer models, particularly the Verado line. The Mercury Advanced Range Optimization technology helps maximize fuel efficiency, though they're still generally not quite as efficient as Suzuki or Yamaha engines of comparable output. For performance-oriented engines like the Pro XS, fuel economy takes a backseat to raw power anyway. Honda engines are famously fuel efficient, benefiting from decades of Honda engineering expertise in combustion efficiency. The trade-off is that weight penalty we mentioned earlier. Honda achieves their efficiency partly through conservative tuning and heavy sound dampening, which adds pounds that hurt overall boat performance. Japanese engines dominate most categories, but here's the plot twist. There are specific applications where American engines absolutely destroy the Japanese competition. Here's the twist that'll surprise a lot of people. There are specific applications where Mercury engines are the better choice, regardless of Japanese reliability reputations. For pure performance applications, particularly in bass boats and high-performance center consoles, the Mercury Pro XS line is hard to beat. That V8 architecture with high RPM limits and tall gear ratios deliver power in ways that the more conservatively tuned Japanese engines can't match. The Mercury Verado series in the 350 to 600 horsepower range represents cutting-edge engineering that pushes boundaries. The V10 and V12 engines are American innovation at its finest, delivering power and sophistication that Japanese manufacturers simply haven't matched yet. For offshore boats that need maximum horsepower and don't mind the complexity, these engines are exceptional. Mercury also wins on versatility and options. They offer more variations in gear cases, control systems, and configurations than any Japanese manufacturer. This modularity means you can spec out exactly the engine you need for your specific application, rather than choosing from limited options. For boat builders and serious customizers, this flexibility is valuable. The final area where Mercury shines is in heavy-duty commercial applications, particularly with their C Pro line. These engines are built specifically for commercial use with enhanced cooling systems, heavy-duty components, and features designed for all-day operation. While Yamaha and Honda have commercial-grade engines too, Mercury's C Pro line has gained serious traction in the commercial fishing and workboat markets. All these brand comparisons miss the biggest factor. Your location and how you actually use your boat changes everything about which engine wins. Here's the reality that brand loyalists don't want to admit. The best engine depends entirely on where you boat and how you use your vessel. If you're in saltwater, especially in corrosive environments like the Keys or coastal Texas, you want whichever engine you can get serviced easily and has the best corrosion protection. All the major brands have good anti-corrosion measures, but access to dealers who can handle warranty work matters more than brand reputation. For freshwater applications in the Midwest, parts availability and dealer support becomes crucial. A Yamaha might be technically superior, but if the nearest dealer is 3 hours away and a Mercury dealer is 20 minutes down the road, the Mercury becomes the smart choice. This isn't about specifications on paper, it's about real-world practicality. If you're putting 200+ hours a year on your engine in commercial applications, Yamaha's proven longevity probably justifies the higher initial cost. But if you're a weekend warrior who puts 30 hours a year on your boat, that Suzuki's lower price point and longer warranty might make way more sense financially. The math changes completely based on usage patterns. For performance applications where every pound matters and top speed is critical, you need to look beyond brand reputation to actual specifications. Weight, gear ratios, RPM limits, and available gear cases matter more than whether the badge says Yamaha or Mercury. A heavy Honda engine might be bulletproof reliable, but it's the wrong choice for a flats boat where draft and weight are critical. But there's one final consideration that dramatically impacts your total investment. Warranty coverage and resale value could swing your decision by $10,000. Suzuki offers a 6-year warranty on many of their engines, which is substantially longer than Yamaha's standard 3-year warranty, though some newer Yamaha models now offer 5 years. Mercury typically offers 3 to 5 years depending on the model and whether you opt for extended coverage. That Suzuki warranty is a genuine competitive advantage that reduces risk for buyers. Resale value is where Yamaha absolutely crushes the competition. Yamaha engines hold their value better than any other brand, period. A well-maintained Yamaha from 2015 will command a significantly higher resale price than a comparable Mercury or Suzuki from the same year. This residual value matters enormously when you calculate total cost of ownership over 10 or 15 years. Mercury engines have improved their resale value as their reliability reputation has improved, but they still trail Yamaha. Suzuki engines have strong resale appeal when backed by maintenance records and that 6-year warranty, but they're fighting an uphill battle against decades of Yamaha market dominance. The transferable warranty situation also matters. Some extended warranties are transferable to a second owner, which can significantly boost resale value. This is something to investigate carefully when making your initial purchase, as it can swing the total cost equation substantially. If you want to see more content cutting through the marketing noise, check out my video on the shocking truth behind banned 2-stroke engines. The truth is, there's no single best outboard engine. Japanese brands earned their reliability reputations through decades of consistent performance, while American Mercury has closed the gap with genuine innovation in their higher horsepower models. The smart money is on matching the engine to your actual usage patterns and local dealer support, rather than following brand loyalty. Do your homework, calculate total cost of ownership, and make an informed decision.